have a new moon in Virgo coming up on August 23rd, and before then, one of the things that's going to be super helpful because we're walking into eclipse season is to get mentally organized. Saturn retrograde is still in Aries, Neptune retrograde is still in Aries, and Chiron retrograde is also still in Aries. Aries ruling our head, that beautiful brain of yours. Now, we are coming out of the Aries eclipses over the previous couple of years, moving into the Pisces and Virgo eclipse lunar node axis more firmly and securely during this upcoming lunar node season, or eclipse season. 'Tis the season of the lunar nodes, you know? True. So by getting mentally organized, okay, we have spiritual tasks at hand. We have transitions that we're going through. We have changes that we need to make. We're deconstructing and reconstructing hierarchy. There's probably positions within the world that you're looking at and saying, I would like to earn that somehow, some way. That's what it is. All while healing at the same time. Mental organization has been a friend the entire transit of Saturn and Neptune and Aries. And because we're about to have the eclipses right now, it is going to be a pretty good friend. You have the time to sit with your brain and literally just think about stuff. You don't even necessarily need to go into a meditation, even though that could be considered meditation if you wanted to be super literal about it. That's true. There's a bunch of different meditation techniques. So literally just sitting and thinking about things. Think about it, organize your mind, talk to your spirits mentally also if that's a part of your practice. Just talk about it. Sort some things out within the brain, because once we get into that eclipse season, once we pass that new moon in Virgo really on August 23rd, the organization that we have done mentally will start to be put into action. We're going to need, with the Virgo in the upcoming eclipse season, we're going to need some actionable steps. Our body is going to need to be kind of on an autopilot. I know what I need to do, so I just need to go do. I know because I've thought about it. I've put it into this beautiful brain. I have the answers. Now I just need to put my hands in the work. And putting your hands in the work will allow the transitions to really turn the wheel that the eclipses offer to us. Now, the eclipses themselves are not necessarily easy to control. They're not supposed to be controlled. So casting magic within that controlled space, it's not really it's not a controlled environment. It's just not. However, one of the things that I do when I'm working with the eclipse energy is I'll do a bunch of work around the eclipses, and that way the energy of those eclipses is still harnessed into the wheel that is spinning and the wheel that is turning. It also informs the eclipse days more specifically and more precisely, kind of what is it that needs to turn within your life. I've also found within my practice, a lot of the times if the spirits in my world have a lot of really big things to bring to me, they're going to wait until an eclipse season or an actual eclipse to make sure that I receive or get the deal or have the seal, whatever it might be that needs to happen on those days. They're going to make sure it happens on the eclipse day. Whereas if I'm feeding my magic around the eclipses, normally that can help to charge up the eclipse itself rather than focusing all the energy onto the eclipse. So mental organization, everybody, that's the task. If you need to ask yourself to sit in it, that's what the space is for in the upcoming about 2 weeks. Now, if you're looking for more specifics in your chart, if you look at your Aries placements, those are going to be kind of the mental skills that you already have, so you could tap into that. You're looking at the house that Aries is in. That's going to be the place and space in your life where your mind is kind of the most aligned. So if you spend time in that area right now, having that mental organization is going to make a lot more sense. But also look at your first house. What is it ruled by? Tapping into that energy. Do you have any placements in the first house? Using those as skills to kind of reflect things that can happen with the Aries and the mind energy. And then you could also check out your Mars. Your Mars, what it's ruled by and the house that it's in, that's going to show you naturally how your mind works. So going back to kind of the root of what rules Aries, looking at the Mars. For example, we have Mars in Libra right now, so say you were having your Mars return, and also this is going to just naturally be what the transit is as of currently. We're looking at mirrors. What reflects us? How do our reflections help our mind to get clearer and more specific? Is there anything within those reflections and those mirrors, whether that be business or relationships or how we look at ourselves, that is making things a little bit more cloudy? Do I need to sit and look at it? Do I need to sit and think about it? We could also be seeing within the balancing of the scale, making sure that things are balanced within your life. Again, whether that be business, personal relationships, there's a lot of different ways that the balancing of the scales of Libra and Justice can be applicable. Libra and Justice, not necessarily interchangeable, but they are related to one another in the astrological space. So discern as necessary for your personal practice on that one. So the mind is going to be with this transit, and maybe not your specific placement unless you have a Mars in Libra. Our mind is going to be working through that clarity and getting things organized because we're looking at the balance. What is the balance that's already happened? What balance have we created? What are the mirrors that we can look at that are balanced? Do we like the balance that's happening? And prioritizing balance. Prioritizing the justice also that we've earned over the previous several years. That could be a part of this as well on kind of a bigger picture. mental clarity, mental discernment, organization, okay? If you've got stuff all over the room, it's time to put it up. If the room is your mind, that is the truth. So gratitude, reverence, and love to you. Keep up the brew that you do. I for sure will too. If you want to find me for more astrology and magic updates, I'm here and I'm on Substack. And I haven't fully announced this, soft launch. I'm bringing my sessions back online. So if you have been waiting for sessions with me, they haven't been open since way earlier this year. I've been taking some time off as it has been very needed. So that is that. You know where to find me. It's over on my website. I will never message you for a reading ever. Okay. Ever. Cool. Just so we're clear on it. Okay. Don't get scammed. And gratitude, reverence, and love to you again. I'll talk to you soon. Also true.